Supporting Vietnam to implement and duplicate smart agriculture models adapted to climate change was the main focus of a workshop between Vietnamese and Dutch experts in Hanoi on Wednesday. The event was co-chaired by Vice Minister of Agriculture of the Netherlands and Minister of Agriculture and Development of Vietnam. Minister Cao Đức Phát said he hopes Dutch state-run agencies and businesses will cooperate with Vietnam to develop sustainable agriculture, enhance the productivity and create safe and environmentally friendly food products.
Thời gian vừa qua, chúng ta đã cùng nhau xây dựng nhiều những cái mô hình có hiệu quả.
Vietnam and the Netherlands have built a number of effective models, but the most important thing is how to duplicate those models. It is essential to instruct and support farmers and encourage the participation of businesses to make it more effective. Vietnam commits to actively responding to sustainable development goals launched by the UN.
The 13th ASEAN Ministerial Meeting on the Environment commenced in Hanoi on Wednesday. ASEAN ministers discussed the agreement on transboundary haze pollution, peatland management strategy, and proposed ASEAN leaders to approve the ASEAN sub-regional haze monitoring system. The head of the Vietnam Forestry Administration, Nguyen Ban Lai, said prevention of forest fire and haze firstly is the responsibility of each nation.
ASEAN countries have established a remote sensing system for transboundary haze surveillance. The centers update information on forest fire as well as air control. An ASEAN haze fund all sponsors products, and Vietnam was one of the first countries to contribute to this fund. Apart from that, ASEAN countries need to call for more support from related international organizations to prevent forest fire and protect the environment more effective.
This year's film festival will take place in Ho Chi Minh City early December. Director of the cinematography department, Mo Phương Lan, told press briefing in Ho Chi Minh City on Friday that a jury board will be set up to divide entries into two categories, films and panorama.
Việt Nam năm 2015 đấy, tập hợp các cái phim sản xuất từ sau. We received 60 entries for this year's festival, which is much higher than in the previous year. The quality of the entries has improved remarkably, reflected in the audience recent warm welcomes for Vietnamese movies. I think this is very impressive. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has voiced the support for the U.S. recent deployment of a destroyer in the 12 nautical miles zones around China's illegally built-up islands in Cinza archipelago. He reiterated Tokyo's cooperation with the international community to protect the free, open and peaceful sea. Singaporean Foreign Minister Vivian Balakrishnan told U.S. and Chinese ambassadors in separate meetings that Singapore supports freedoms of navigation and air transport based in the international law. The U.S. Wall Street Journal quoted Australians' considerations of deploying vessels to the artificial islands illegally built by China. Indonesia's President Joko Widodo called for self-respect and asked China and the ASEAN to start negotiation on a code of conduct for parties in this sea. On Wednesday, Nepal's parliament elected Vidya Devi Bhandari, vice chairperson of the Communist Party of Nepal, as the country's first female president. Bhandari secured 327 of 541 votes. She was backed by Nepal's first largest party, UCT and Marist, and several fringe parties. The election followed Nepal's adoption of a new constitution on September the 20th. Bhandari, 54, is Nepal's second president since it became a federal democratic republic in 2008, ending a 240 years monarchy. The White House said that Syrian peace talks can only work if all key stakeholders are invited to the negotiation process. The White House spokesperson Eric Jones told media on Wednesday that the U.S. was prepared to work with any nation, including Russia and Iran, to resolve the conflict. The spokesperson said the invitation to Iran to participate in the international conference doesn't mean to ignore the relations between Tehran and the Syrian government. Earlier, the Iranian Foreign Ministry said Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif and 3 of his deputies will take part in the international meeting on Syria to look for a solution to end the 4-year civil war in Syria.
In the news, the main points once again. The government confirms clear signals of economic recovery. The Netherlands supports Vietnam's smart agriculture to cope with climate change. And regional countries call for respect of freedom of navigation and aviation in the East Sea. That's the news.
The 13th ASEAN Ministerial Meeting on Environment, or AMME 13, and related meetings are taking place in Hanoi. The meeting, held every 3 years, is an important event within the framework of ASEAN cooperation on the environment. Aimed at creating a green and clean ASEAN community, the meeting discusses the establishment of cooperative mechanisms within ASEAN and between ASEAN and its partners towards future sustainable growth and new reports.